Well, Ben, your book's not getting any love, so we'll just kind of do this.
That's fine.
Oh, now I can see the monitor.
All right, so hi everyone. This is Anthony here with Interviews of Everyday People. This is episode 2 of Things That Were Not Cool in High School. This is our pop culture show where we kind of talk about everything from movies, TV show, comic books, video games, music, everything. It's all on here. I'm here with our regulars, Nikolai to my left and Ben to my right. And then today we have a special guest. We put on the Facebook page, anyone interested, we have an open seat. They're more than welcome to come in. And she jumped on it. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Sarah Carre, and I guess you could say I'm more of like an amateur comedian. I do stand-up around the School County area and the surrounding areas. So you can always look for me on Facebook, so I'll be around.
We will tag her on the page so you guys can check her out. I actually seen her do comedy live. She does a great job. We actually have a very talented group of like upcoming comedians in the area.
Yeah, it's really becoming something. Actually,
it just sucks that we're in our area because it's hard for people to support stuff. You know, I help out a lot with local music and stuff like that. So it's very, very hard to get people to follow something, especially if it's out of the norm and it's not football and involves,
exactly. But you know what? Everyone looks for a little strange. So.
Yeah. I remember the one show you guys did. It was hilarious to me because they did it at Coney Island. I'm sorry if I'm kind of looking at my phone. I'm trying to set something up here. We're winging this live. So
learn as we go.
Yeah. So the one show they did, and the bar was packed. It was filled with people, and they're all watching a baseball game. And as soon as they said that during the comedy, the TVs are shutting off, the place emptied out. I felt so bad for you.
Those guys were they're like, we're going to strikers.
Yeah.
Like,
and then like the first comedian came up, he nailed it. He goes, yeah, so how about that baseball game? So it pissed people off. It was great. We're going to jump into some stuff here. So the first thing I want to kind of talk about is some video game stuff and news with that. So if you're a PlayStation member, I do have the PlayStation. I don't use it. This month's PlayStation Plus games for January, for the PS3 side, you're going to get Zone of the Enders HD and Amplitude. I guess like a music game. I remember hearing about it. I never played it. For the Vita, you're going to get Fallen Legion of Flames and Rebellion and Super Mutant Alien. But that'll also be compatible for your PS4. And then for the PS4, you're getting Steep. I personally played Steep a little bit on the Xbox. It's kind of like a free roam winter sports game. You can like paraglide with like a bodysuit, like a wingsuit. You can snowboard, ski. I'm sure there's something else in there I'm missing, but you can do all that cool stuff. But it's pretty neat. And then Portal Knights. Portal Knights is a cool little side scroller game. So they're all pretty good games right there for PlayStation. I know a lot of people, when they don't see the AAA titles, they get upset. Oh, we didn't get good games this month, but there is some good stuff there. Games for Gold for Xbox. I'm gonna butcher this. Celeste. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't play it yet. And the other one is WRC. It's WRC 6 FIA World Rally Car Championship. I mean, when you market a system that you have Forza, no one's gonna play that. But that's just me. The 360 games are actually better than the one games. Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light and Far Cry 2. So really good games if you're looking for that backwards compatibility. And then that's pretty much it for that. Some cool news coming up. I found out Telltale's Walking Dead's final game for the final Walking Dead game will be a PC exclusive only, so will not come to the console. And then Telltale, they kind of went under. They're not even a company anymore. They're done making games, so they're not doing that thing anymore where you just kind of push. How did you describe it? You watch a game, you kind of push a button every now and then. And,
yeah. About it.
Nikolai was not a fan of those.
No, I did buy the Back to the Future one though, just because I'm a Back to the Future fan. So if they make a Jurassic Park one, I'll buy that as well.
They
actually
did make a Jurassic Park one
on a disc.
No, but it's on.
Oh
PC.
well, then forget it.
It's a PC only. Yeah, it was. That was actually one of their first ones a long time ago. They did make a Jurassic Park one. Other quick news, former Blizzard developers are working on a new Marvel game. They don't know what it is, but if it's Blizzard, you're going to either look at a turn-based game, you're looking at a World of Warcraft style game, or you're looking at a Diablo dungeon crawler game. So it excites me. I mean, or they can just do their own thing because they always had their But that's kind of the develop. They made Overwatch as well. But I mean, I'm excited, but I'm not. Because Switch is getting Ultimate Alliance, so I really don't care what they make Marvel because that's the only thing I care about.
That'd be nice.
The CW just ordered a Batwoman pilot with Ruby Rose.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen the costume. Looks really good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. It looks decent, so I'm excited to see how that goes. And the guy directing it is the director from Game of Thrones.
All right.
So the Game of Thrones director is going to be doing the Batwoman show on the CW network. The Pokemon's getting another movie. It's called Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution, and it's going to be a complete CGI remake of the original Pokemon film.
Oh my god, everyone get ready to cry again.
Yes. So the CGI already that they're showing for the new Pikachu movie looks awesome.
It does, actually.
So if you're going to give me the exact movie as my childhood in CGI, sign me up. Kevin Smith announced a Jade and Silent Bob reboot.
Oh.
Wow.
So Silent Bob is going to be very skinny with no hair, very short hair, and Jay will be looking like he's done meth his whole life. So that's going to be exciting. I'll buy it. Dark Souls, the creators of Dark Souls from Software are announcing 2 games in development. And the other last announcement we have is, because I'm a DC guy, Aquaman reaches $822 million globally.
That's awesome.
Just beat Wonder Woman, and it's closing in on Batman vs Superman, which is cool because I wanted that to do very well. Because I'm excited.
You know what? It deserves it because I don't remember ever seeing any Aquaman.
Yeah, no one's like I like Aquaman.
I mean, besides you know what I mean. So I'm excited for it. I didn't even see it yet, but it's on my list. So Aquaman in the New 52, when they did the DC New 52, they're pretty much like, how do we save Aquaman? And they made him a badass. He kills people. He has no conscience, no soul. He's awesome. He does what he does, and he goes for it. So I guess when they said, well, let's make the movie version, they're like, we'll just get Jason Momoa because that'll bring all the women. I'm not into dudes, but if I was, I think Jason Momoa would be my guy. You know what? Ever since he came back in Game of Thrones, he's been all over.
Yeah,
so
he's phenomenal.
I knew it was gonna not knew him, but something like
that.
You know
he's destined. He's destined to do big things. But yeah, so the movie's doing great. I haven't seen it yet either, but I'm very excited. I haven't really seen movies since they got rid of our beloved theater in Frackville.
Yeah, that was upsetting.
R.I.P. We'll stay on the.
And I thought it was going to do good in School County because it had a bar.
Yeah.
The only problem is
finally. It was in a movie.
It was in the mall. So
that was the biggest problem.
that was the death killer there.
Yeah. Some anticipated video games. We'll go through a quick list here. These are my anticipated. If you have any others that are coming out, you're more than welcome to chime in. My number 1 is the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh my god, that's one of my favorite games of all time as a kid.
Some of the screenshots.
I've watched a little bit.
Old characters. It's like, hey, some of these characters are getting, you don't expect what you.
They're changing some stuff up. So they said don't be expecting the same exact game as you got before. So they are going to change some things up, which I'm very, very excited for. The other rumor is that they're also going to be doing a remake of Resident Evil Nemesis as well. So 3 is going to be getting a remake as well. So 2 and 3 are getting complete remasters. Kingdom Hearts 3, I personally have never played the full ones of the other ones, so I don't know much about what's going on there. My hope is when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes to the 360, the one, our Xbox, we get that same thing that PlayStation got, where it's all the games in a bundle, and then I can sit down and work on all of them.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts. That refreshed me. That's the one where
Kingdom Hearts is like
Disney.
Okay.
Disney
That's what I
and
thought.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
What if does that mean since 2019 are they going to add new Disney characters?
So Frozen has already been announced. Big Hero 6 has been announced.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph has been announced.
That's right.
They're really
doing,
rolling it out.
I mean, it's old, but I think they're doing Toy Story from that.
Toy Story and Captain Jack Sparrow is going to be in it as well. But that's just what they announced. There's still so much.
There's
more.
Gonna be they're probably coming up with
the last time this game was made was
long time ago.
2.
PlayStation 2 And then I mean, besides like the random like handheld
Yeah.
ones and
Yeah.
stuff, but
Hiatus.
Yeah, so it hasn't been.
Throughout, so-
This is a
Game of the ages, guys.
yeah. It's been very very anticipated for a long time.
Put it this way, I kind of pulled like a Duke Nukem Forever, but it's not gonna be shitty.
Yes, that's a great way of explaining it. Then the other game coming out, I'm a Far Cry fan, so Far Cry New Dawn. I think it takes place after 5. I haven't played 5 yet. I'm working on it. But that's a new Far Cry. New Metro, which looks really cool. If you haven't seen the stuff from Metro, I checked that out. Anthem, I'm not really excited for it, but people are pumped for it. So Anthem is coming out. That is, who's making Anthem again? I'm having a brain fart. I want to say, I don't know. It's not that important. Battletoads. That's going to be an Xbox exclusive.
Wow.
Booyah.
Hey, I mean, when Microsoft
It's a-
bought Rare,
Yeah, it's a-
I don't
hey, when Microsoft bought
I don't know
Rare,
about
hey,
this,
it's about
I don't
time that
know.
they use the franchise.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want them to do Banjo-Kazooie again too, but Rare is working. They are going to work. Rare has some stuff that coming down the pipeline. Crackdown 3 coming out. Another one I'm excited for. Cyberpunk 2077 looks really really good. Gears of War 5, and then I'll throw in PlayStation's zombie game, Days End, or I don't know. They've been showing it for like 8 years now.
The Last of Us.
No. Is that coming out 2019?
I don't know.
Oh my god, I couldn't even play the first one.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
You know
Yeah.
what? It actually is because I was watching
Are
a
you
video
sure?
of like anticipated stuff.
All right, well if that's
And
coming
one
out,
of
then that's
them-
got to be on there.
One of them, which I kind of was a little bit interested in, was Final Fantasy 14. It's called Shadowbringers. It kind of looks like a Dark Souls. It's like it doesn't even look like a Final Fantasy game anymore. So it should be pretty interesting how they're gonna integrate Final Fantasy, like all the JRPG combat with Dark Souls, atmosphere and all that other fun stuff. It looks pretty
I'm interested. Then some Switch games. Animal Crossing, big Animal Crossing fan. I will be picking that up. Yoshi's Crafted World looks really cool. It's kind of like all yarn, and it's a game
Wow.
where it's 3D. It's a 2D side scroller, but you walk into a house and the camera changes in different aspects. So it's a 2D, 3D world. It looks really cool. Luigi's Mansion 3.
it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, there's no date to that. They said 2019.
Aren't they remastering?
Supposedly
Switch?
1 and 2 are
Yeah.
getting remastered, and then you'll come out with 3 as well. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and then by the end of the year, they're saying that the new Pokemon game should be coming out.
I mean, if the movies are gonna come out,
Yes.
it's definitely gonna come out.
If it's I can't wait. I cannot wait. And they're
It's just gonna
saying
be like, get ready to see Pokemon everywhere.
it's gonna
again,
blow
like,
up again.
everywhere.
It's gonna be like I'm 8 years old all over again. It's gonna be amazing. And when Power Rangers comes back, I think that's gonna be huge again too. Because I think when they finally come out with the second Power Rangers movie, fingers crossed for that. Great segue into the movies. We have some anticipated movies coming this year. I have a list. I'm gonna go through some fast. Some we'll stop on and talk about. The first ones are the ones everyone's pretty pumped about. Obviously Captain Marvel.
Mhm.
You know, she's making her
She'll-
movie debut.
She'll do good in that.
It's a prequel movie, so it goes back and then it's
Yeah,
gonna go
you're right
and then
on
catch up to Endgame, which let's segue into that. Avengers Endgame. Dumbo.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's got a really good cast to it.
I've avoided trailers though.
Huh?
I've avoided trailers.
Have you?
I know the story of Dumbo. You don't need to rehash it to me.
Yeah.
The trailers
Like,
are good.
I know, but-
They're not even really trailers, they're more just like teasers.
Yeah.
Like, they only, just enough to be like, oh, I know that.
I'm just
So
saying.
you got Michael Keaton,
It's like Lion King.
Wait, what?
It's like and
Michael Keaton.
Danny
Wow.
DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
I was gonna
back in the
ask
top
you
What's
hat.
that.
that video doing? Does anyone know?
He's the
He's like the ringleader. Yeah,
Duh.
And is it Colin Farrell?
I think so.
The guy who played
the guy who played in The
hold
Lobster.
he played in the terrible Daredevil movie. He played
Bullseye. Yeah,
Bullseye.
that's Colin Farrell.
Colin
yeah.
Farrell. Yep.
You're right.
Yeah.
Aladdin this year.
Big year
Yes,
for
Colin
Disney.
Farrell. Is Holt
Yes.
in it?
Then the kids are pretty big name actors, but is that
You
the
know
guy
what?
who plays?
I wonder what they're gonna do for like the pink elephant scene in Dumbo.
Well, they do show kind of in the trailer the purple elephant, like, but it looks
Or
like thanks, lady. Sorry about that. They look like how can I describe it? Like a bubble. Like they kind of like bubbles.
I think it was like that too, like in the but it was obviously it was very like
acid
animated.
trippy.
Yeah. Right.
Well, Tim Burton
What are
can
you
make
showing your kids?
if Tim Burton can make an acid trippy scene, wow. I have faith in I have all the faith in the world that he could pull it off. Trying to think, is there any other Disney? We'll try to knock those out. Toy Story 4.
Which, if you've seen how Toy Story 3 ended, you would be like, oh, that's
it.
That's totally it. Like, there's not going to be any more. And,
I'm excited
like,
to see
I'm
they do
kind of
that.
was like, really? But then they did open that big park up, like, in the Disney World.
They just finished the park.
And, they're going to be like, well, crap, we need some movies.
Lion King is this year. I thought it was next year. It is this year, Lion King.
Oh,
Lion King.
That's a great cast.
Remastered, as I like to call it, because it's not live action. It's just another version of animation.
It's really good CGI.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it is still animation.
It is.
At the heart of it, because there is no people.
So would you
whatsoever.
consider Jungle Book animation?
Yeah, but there
I
were
would call
few
that
people.
live action because
there
there
There were people.
there was
Right.
one person in it.
No,
this
there
is
was,
just Lion
like,
King remastered.
Mowgli's parents too were in
Yeah,
it and
yeah.
everything, So.
It's like how they do Spyro games and stuff
Yeah.
when they remaster it. They show the old version and here's the new version. This is all it is.
But the thing is, like, CGI is like halfway point between animation and like live action, because if you think about like the Planet of the Apes, the last one with like Woody Harrelson in
Yeah.
it, like the oh my god, who's the guy that played
Andy Serkis?
Caesar? He was like CGI the whole time, but he could have like won an Oscar for that because
They
it was-
did mocap.
yeah.
So that's where the difference comes in.
Yeah.
That they actually had an actor in a suit
But
with
I
the dots
think-
all over
I
his
But I
face.
mean, they did the monkey. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jungle
yeah,
Book did
mocap,
mocap too.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying they had a physical person in the scenes interacting with the CGI things, where
Mhm.
in The Lion King there is no people, no nothing. So it's really just another form of animation. Like, yeah, they can base it off of real movements and all that kind of stuff and get it as real as possible. But at the end of the day, it's still somebody on a computer animating this.
But on the positive note, it looks awesome.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it does.
Yeah.
I'm very happy
Don't
that
let him
they,
discourage you guys.
they got
Go and see
Mufasa
it.
back.
Yes, James Earl Jones. Yeah.
So
I'm pumped.
And they got the same.
so that's why I say it's more of a remaster,
Mhm.
because they started getting
Yeah,
full cast
better.
members and all that kind of stuff. So, but I am excited for it.
Yeah.
Other than my
This is what I just added to my list, and I actually put it very high because I'm really, really excited for it. Did you see the trailer for Us?
no.
So it is, what's his name from the Keen and Peele show? He's been making all the horror movies. Is it
Oh, Peele. Oh, Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele is making another horror movie.
I know
called
you're talking about,
Us.
because I see like a lot of trailers. I thought I kind of remember. Isn't that?
Oh, I know what you're talking
I-
about. That's the one where
I
it's
just saw
It
it.
kind of
Okay.
transforms.
The family
It's like
and
a
then-
family in this.
and it's mirrored, but
yeah.
darker
This,
versions
so
of
this family, this like this being or these entities show up after this family, and it literally transforms into them or people they love. They don't really describe anything. It just looks like a terrifying movie. It looks really good. So I'm excited for that one. Detective Pikachu, we talked about that. That's coming out. John Wick 3.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
I hate Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
John Wick 1 and 2 were awesome.
or is that?
He didn't talk though. So that's what was great for me.
He just killed the guy with a pencil.
Yeah, he
That
was
it.
just a badass the whole movie, and he didn't talk because Keanu Reeves has no range.
Yeah.
Like, act surprise.
Be honest. Did Matrix throw you off? You're like, okay. I can't get
I was not a fan of the Matrix. I hated it.
I was so young, like I didn't really understand. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you kind of where like I could understand, but I don't care to understand.
mhm.
Speaking of him, though, he did announce. I don't know if it's just rumors or not, but he wants to play a part as Wolverine at some point. So I'm kind of curious about that.
Ooh.
I don't know how good it would be, but
He would have to put some muscle on.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely small for the
Mhm.
role. But
definitely.
I'm still curious of what he could do to that role after
That's-
seeing John Wick.
So tough, I think, because
would
anytime you
have to
think
act.
of Wolverine, you just think of Hugh Jackman.
Right. I
away.
mean,
like,
you're
you know
never
what I
gonna
mean?
lose that.
I know exactly, but I mean, eventually he's gonna have to retire. So
Yeah.
I guess I'll be open for it.
There's kind of a possible spoiler. I don't want to bring it up. Never mind. You can
Bring it,
Google
bring it
Google
up.
Hugh Jackman and possible Avengers because there's some stuff on the internet about that. Shazam.
I'm excited for that.
That's definitely. I mean,
I
like I said,
love-
never had a movie.
Yes,
never been like known. Like I do like DC a lot. I
Yes,
do. Like,
and
I'm a big
Shazam is
DC
one of
fan.
my underrated characters. I love Shazam. I love the fact that he's, he's Superman with the mentality of a 9-year-old. You know what I mean? Like no matter how big and strong he is,
Exactly.
at the end of the day, he's a 9-year-old kid in a grown man's body, which is hilarious to me. Rocket Man.
Wait, what?
It's not what you think. It's an
Okay.
Elton John biopic.
Oh, I did see
I
that.
was thinking. I was like,
Yeah.
I think that's like not what you think.
Yes.
No, but yeah.
Yes. Curse of La Llorona. Did you see the trailer for that? That's your buddy. Who's that horror director you're just a huge fan of?
Don't tell me it's James Wan.
It's James
Get
Wan.
out of here. I
It
hate
is
him.
James Wan.
I mean, I don't hate him, but like
You don't like his style.
He's so overused at this
Yeah.
point. Like I can guess every movie he's gonna make because he's made in the past 5 years the same movie
Yes.
17 times.
Now the cool thing about La Llorona, it's based on folklore. It's based on some cool events. If you are a Red Dead Redemption fan, there is a La Llorona Easter egg in the game. In the one part of the swamp you go to, you find a woman in a white nightgown crying, and then when you go to approach her, she gets up and her face looks demonic, and she tries to stab you, and then she goes to run away, and then all these the people are calling them zombies, but they're like demons come and attack you when you kill them, and that's just the end of the Easter egg. That's getting a movie. The trailer looks really cool, but it is the James Wan trailer.
I mean, I always watch his movies, so don't get me wrong. I do sit there and watch them, but when he casts the same people in every film,
Yeah.
and it's basically the same storyline in every film, it's like go back to Saw or something and be
Yes.
like, because he worked on, I forget what the movie was, but he was working on a movie, I think either before Saw or around the same time of Saw, and he would reuse old props or make the other movie pay for props to bring to Saw.
Ooh.
Or have, I think it may have been the other way around, where the Saw production people were making stuff and it was actually being pulled over to the other movie.
Didn't Michael Bay do that with
Yeah.
District 9?
A lot of directors
Yeah.
do that.
Dis-
Like
District
they'll
9
throw in Easter eggs everywhere.
Oh,
District 9 was supposed to be a Halo movie, and they got scrapped. And all the guns from District 9, if you actually look at them,
They're like,
they're
yeah,
repainted
they're,
Halo guns.
ah, wow, that kind of makes sense, I guess. Like,
So speaking of James Wan, and since we just talked about Shazam, the director of Shazam,
He's a hard on for him. He loves it.
he's incredible.
Here it comes.
David F. Sandberg.
Here it is. That's it.
He did Annabelle Creation, Lights Out, and now Shazam.
Lights Out was
Lights
awesome.
Out. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. What an amazing movie. What was that from, like that 2-minute like internet clip,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And like that, oh my gosh. If you
So-
can make a whole horror movie just from a 2-minute clip
It was
like
a good
that.
PG-13 horror movie, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need, hey, PG-13 needs them once in a while too.
Yeah. The PG-13 horror movies growing up were not good.
No.
They were not good horror movies, but that was a very good PG-13 one. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
The reason why I bring him up, though, is he released a small commentary for the opening of Shazam, and it talks about like the Warner Brothers logo and how there's like snow dripping off of it and stuff, and how the need for a custom logo came much later. So what they ended up doing was taking an old custom logo that they made for Annabelle Creations, which had blood dripping off of it, and turned the red to white, and that is what is in the movie from his commentary.
So it's blood snow.
Yeah, so it's dripping snow, but the original idea that they created it for was dripping blood from the logo. So I thought that was really cool that he took that old
That's
project and threw it into Shazam.
Mm-hmm. So now everyone's gonna watch Shazam and be like, "That's dripping snow."
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else we got here? We got Hellboy this year.
Wow, that's
I don't know about the new Hellboy.
I think it looks cool.
I mean,
I think it looks rugged as hell.
yeah, I watched.
Who's,
I watched a trailer with
The
with them.
dude from Stranger Things, the guy who plays the cop or the sheriff.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
I could see him doing it, I guess.
he's
he
alright.
tried to get in shape for it. He got in very, very good shape, but he still wasn't Hellboy shape. So he is, from what I heard, he's wearing a bodysuit, but he did get in amazing shape for the role. But I don't think he can get to the point where he needed to be in time. Another movie on the list here that I'm trying to get to because I'm really excited for, Pet Sematary.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I cannot.
Yeah.
wait. The guy who plays Judge is like the third rock from the sun. Like,
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I can't
So
believe
there's some
it. Like,
cool
that's
some cool stuff for
Oh my
for
god,
that
that's gonna
movie.
be so great.
That movie has a special place in our heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. A friend of Nikolai's was actually in the original Pet Sematary.
He played Zelda.
He played Zelda. The
And
girl
now
with the spina bifida.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he works at the Bloomsburg Theater Ensemble, so you guys can check them out. They always put some great shows on. They just finished their
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz run,
That's awesome.
so they've been doing that since Thanksgiving, and it ended this past Saturday. So if you get a chance, go check them out and see Andy and the rest of them.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see it. I'm bummed because I like the Wizard of Oz. I just didn't get a chance to do it. You can't get through that. Go ahead, cut through the camera. Just don't hit it.
It's okay. Lady attacked it in the beginning.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, that happened.
So you're just like pacing the corner. I'm like, what's happening? Is there
Um,
a fire?
my probably one of my most anticipated movies this year that I'm really excited for is Godzilla King of Monsters.
Gojira.
So is that gonna be like all like the old classic?
Pretty much.
okay.
So what happened is that they were digging again because they're trying to find more monsters, I guess, because of course humans, you're like, wow, these things came from the earth and they're old and they're strong and they almost killed us. Let's go look for more. And they end up finding a few classic Godzilla monsters. So they find Rodan, they find Mothra, and they find
King Ghidorah.
Yep, and they what's the other one? There's another one, but they end up pretty much uncovering them, and then Godzilla's like, now I have to come back again and save you because
What's
Godzilla.
going on here?
Because Godzilla kind of turned into he's more like an anti-hero. Like he's the balance to our planet. Like when things get out of control, he has to come and kind of level the playing field and make everything normal again. So he has to come back and save the day. But I love Godzilla. I love monster movies. I'm all about it.
And like the civilians in the street are like, who would cheer for? I don't know.
Yeah. The girl Millie Bobby Brown is in the new movie. Yep.
What?
Yeah. So hopefully they don't do her like they did Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, I hated that when
I
they
loved it.
did that in the first.
The
movie
only reason I
because-
liked that they did it is
I
'cause
actually
no
didn't even
one's-
see it because someone was like, don't even bother.
I loved it.
Did you?
Yeah, I loved it.
See, like I thought I would because wasn't it more like they were like, you barely saw Godzilla, and I was like, yeah, but sometimes the like
The joke was the whole time like let them fight, let them fight, let them fight, and they
Okay.
never fought, and then they finally fight. But it looked awesome. It was way better than the 1998 version. I liked it a lot. Then the King Kong one was really good. So it's gonna go Godzilla, King Kong, Godzilla again, and then King Kong versus Godzilla because they made King Kong huge.
obviously, yeah.
So they're gonna have that as the final movie, which I'm pumped for.
And I don't have any problem with this movie because I know that Toho Studios is actually
Yes.
overseeing this then too, and that's really a big thing for them to actually step in an American movie with their product and actually drive this movie. And hey, if you got all these other monster movies from Godzilla, they're the people that actually deal with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of excited for this one.
Yeah, and it, like I said, it looks incredible. Just a trailer alone, some of the shots they use are pretty phenomenal. They just released the new poster. The new poster's out, so check that out as well. Fly through a few more of these real fast. Dark Phoenix, another X-Men.
I heard that got buried.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not coming out now?
No, it's coming out, but
it's not going
because
to have be good.
the date got moved and all this kind of stuff. Because now Disney has the rights to it, and they don't want it to go up against Avengers, so they kind of buried it. And now, you don't really see anything for it for the most part. From what I understand.
I've seen something here and there, but I know you mean. Like, it seemed like it was really out there, and now they're kind of like, well, I know you mean.
Disney has the full green light now to work with the new characters, so that is a full green to go. Another surprising trailer. Check it out if you're interested. The new Men in Black looks really good.
Yeah,
that does look actually kind of good.
Oh, is that with Hemsworth in it?
Yes.
And who's
I'm not sure who the girl is, but
Wasn't she
really
in
Thor
good.
3.
What's
Yeah,
that?
she was in-
Yeah, they were
she
in
was-
Thor 3 together, both of them.
They were in what one?
Thor 3, I believe.
Oh, I didn't see
both
that.
of them.
Valkyrie. I think
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah,
Valkyrie.
right?
It
Like-
looks
Like
really good.
the premise is like that she comes back and she's like, well, I'm supposed to be here because
I think
I'm special or
the
something like
premise is this one is she is a conspiracy theorist, and she kind of knows the Men in Black exist.
Oh,
and,
okay.
and
yeah.
infiltrates them, and she goes, "You have no choice but to make me a
Make me.
person. I know about you." But it looks funny. It looks really, really good. They're rebooting The Grudge this year.
The Grudge.
I thought it was a creepy movie. I'll
Oh
give it
my
another
gosh.
shot. Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Before you get into Spider-Man: Far From Home, I gotta tell a little funny story about The Grudge. When I first saw that movie, it was in the summertime. I used to keep my door closed. It was like half-assed open, closed, right? And the one time, like, I got creeped out right? I'm just sleeping, dead sleep, and I hear, oh shit! I'm like, I jump out, and my mom's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I just got the shit scared out of me because of that fucking movie. It's just like one of the funniest things.
I was a fan of that movie. I thought it was a good movie.
I thought it was too, but I mean, just the fact that you're,
Oh my
like,
god!
oh my god!
You hear that, and
Yeah.
I remember, like, I didn't see it, but my sisters, like, because I was like young. I think I was like maybe like, it was like PG-13, so I didn't go. My sisters went, and they said the day that they came back from the movie, like that night, my little sister Emma started just randomly making that noise, like, and she has like long black hair too, and they were about to like punch my sister in the face. Like, sorry, mom.
Yeah, The
She
Grudge and The
scared
Ring
us.
were the ones where the people loved because you just put their hair over their face and act really creepy.
Oh my god, okay, really quick. When me and my sisters were younger, we made this video. It was like a home video. It was called like Grudge Insurance, and it was like, what do you do when the grudge comes in? And like, it's like a buried video, but like, if one day I'll bury it up. I'll bring it up.
We'll find it. We'll find it. We'll post it. It 2 comes out this year.
That
Really pumped for that.
That's great.
Another 2. There's 3 2s coming out so far. So there's It 2, Zombieland 2,
That's gonna be
and
good.
Jumanji 2. So there's some sequels coming out.
We'll see.
Joker, the new Joker movie, which
it's like the origin story of Joker, right? Like
Yeah.
kinda, I guess.
yeah,
right?
I
Like,
guess I don't like the
why?
face.
One of the reasons he's crazy.
I don't like the face paint. I'm not a huge fan of the actor. I don't know. I'm probably one of the only people
I
who
don't know
think
why DC's pushing. I mean, maybe I
that.
don't
I think
know.
so. Isn't Scorsese though the one? I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think he has his
Yeah.
hands in it.
I would have rather the rumored person to do it was supposed to be DiCaprio.
That would be awesome.
I would have rather DiCaprio, but that's just me. Adam's Family is getting a reboot this year.
Wow.
Sonic the Hedgehog is getting a movie this year. Masters of the Universe is getting a movie. Another Star Wars episode movie. Wicked is getting a TV movie. I guess the Broadway play is going to get a
Wow,
movie.
that's totally gonna light up the Tonys that year.
Yeah, it probably will win everything. And the last movie I skipped, I left it for my last one because next to Godzilla as a movie I really, really want to see is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So I'm a Tarantino fan. It's Tarantino's last movie, and it is about the Manson family murders on the Tate House.
Oh, I actually saw a movie. It was called like Wolves at the Door,
Mhm.
and that was actually pretty good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wish you could have done something else.
Yeah, but so Tarantino's making a Charles Manson movie.
B-rated gore. That's it.
Yeah,
right
get
up
ready
his
for a
alley.
lot of blood because like
sold.
he'll throw it anywhere.
I'm sold.
I do like Tarantino movies. Actually,
I'm curious to see how far they're gonna go with it because obviously it's based on true events and how sensitive he's gonna be to the events. So it's gonna be interesting. But it's Tarantino and it's a Manson movie. Now, TV shows. There's a show coming out that has a Charles Manson theme as well. Mindhunter season 2 comes out.
Yeah.
It's a show on Netflix. It's amazing. If you're into like crime and serial killers and murderers and really, Mindhunter is a very, very, very cool show. I don't know how true this is because I don't think they announced it yet. But the rumor is that Mindhunter went out and tried to find their Charles Manson for this season, and Tarantino was going out looking for their Manson, and they both cast the same guy.
That's awesome.
So I don't know how true it is, but that's something I have to look a little more into. But if that's the case, then this guy's going to be an amazing Charles Manson. If 2 different projects, without even knowing it, both cast him for the same thing.
so you said this is gonna be Quentin's last movie?
That's what he's saying. Yeah,
I don't know.
it's got
I hope
got
not.
his regular cast for the most part, his normals. Margot Robbie's going to be in it.
I was gonna say, where's Samuel L. Jackson gonna be?
Yeah, I think He might actually
I just
play
like
like a
consider
doormat.
that.
I don't know, but yeah, he's somewhere in there. I think maybe. Yeah, I'm tired of these motherfuckers on LSD. Yeah. So TV shows coming out. Is there any other movies that you guys are looking forward to before we move on?
Glass.
Oh,
That comes out the
yeah. Talk about
18th.
speaking of Samuel L. Jackson. Guys.
Yeah.
However, I am a bit worried because it comes out in January, and like 90% of the time, if a movie is released in January, it's put there to
Yeah.
die.
It's dog shit.
So I'm really hoping not, because I really loved Split.
I haven't seen any of them yet.
Split was
I haven't seen the first
interesting.
one. I just thought he was a tremendous actor.
yeah.
The way he flipped back and forth through all those
Smells really
parts.
good.
James McCoy or no,
He's pretty good.
This is what Google's for.
It's funny because now that you bring that up, there's Unbreakable, which is like the first movie, and then it ties in with Split,
Mhm.
and then it goes with Glass.
James
So-
McAvoy.
Yeah.
James McAvoy is the guy from Split. He was also in X-Men.
he played
As
Professor
Charles
X,
Xavier. Yeah.
Oh, that fire kicks in way late. It's not super hot.
Should
but-
we like introduce her?
Oh, so yeah, so we have we're gonna do this thing with Andy, but Andy's sick. So Andy, if you're watching, we're thinking
For
about you,
you.
bud. So Ben bought these. We're gonna try to do this every show too. We're gonna do like these snacks or drinks. So Ben brought these fruit by the foot.
They're sweet and fiery.
So I have fiery peach. And what do
I
you
have
have?
fiery peach also.
We got all fiery peach because we were little kids about it, and we wanted fiery peach rather
Well, then
than
that-
spicy.
I
You
said,
have to
"Come on,
have a
bring out
melon. We have to
Bring
try
out
a melon.
Where's the box?
Here.
Yeah,
You
where
want-
did the box?
Rip it. I ripped it. I didn't bite it. Rip a piece off. This is fiery peach.
I wouldn't have cared if he bit it anyway. It's just
Yeah, I was just gonna say like one more.
it's a Ferrero.
Yeah, where did that box go?
I'm not supposed to be eating candy, so this is the furthest I'm gonna go. So you can have the rest.
Okay.
Not bad.
New year, new me.
Oh wow, you do feel that kick at the end.
Just a little bit. Just
Yeah.
a little bit. Not
Yeah.
terrible.
It's
Oh.
the right amount of
Yeah.
heat for a white chick like me.
Did you put the water away?
It's definitely there.
I did.
Huh?
I'm okay.
I did.
You did.
I did.
Awesome.
Why?
Wow.
Why did they do this?
Spicy melon. Who wants it?
endorsement.
So I don't. Speaking of food and
I got-
stuff, I don't know if this is true, but I saw a picture online the other day of a new Oreo that possibly is going to come out, and it's McDonald's cheeseburger.
Oh,
Ugh.
No.
Yeah,
that can't be real.
I really hope not, but at the same time, I wonder what it would taste like. Is it like a meat Oreo or
I don't
what?
wanna know. There's no way you're getting water out of that fridge without spilling it.
I
Without
just
knocking the
feel like I
camera.
Just like open the door and reach your hand and
So
be
this
like,
is what
whatever
is
I'm
this
grabbing.
fiery melon now?
Yeah.
All right, so we
Now
try.
this one is going to be as spicy, but it's going to be like a real delayed hot kick.
The peach was good, even though it had a little kick. The melons, they're both very tasty. You want to try a piece? Fruit father roll up, girl. You want any more of this?
Nope.
Oh,
Throw it at the Asian. I thought the peach
I
was
got a
hotter.
little bit of like.
Yeah, I like the peach better because it tastes more like
It actually tastes
a
really
regular
good.
melon.
Go for it.
Tastes like regular melon, but once you get like a little bit in your teeth, that's when it kicks.
Yeah.
Where you
It's
can't
it's
get
like
it off.
a-
You're like,
Yeah, it's like
So TV shows while we had our cool little snack break.
Okay. I mean, are we doing what's coming up or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got The Witcher coming out on that's a Netflix show.
Okay.
Henry Cavill is gonna play the Witcher. The Umbrella Academy. I watched a trailer for. It's based on the comic book Gerard's Way. That looks pretty cool.
Oh, Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance. Yeah.
Sure.
No, that's who Gerard
I mean,
Way is.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, I'm just so excited. Like,
yeah. The one I'm looking forward to a lot. The Dark Crystal's coming back.
that's gonna be good.
gosh.
Jim Henson's creepy puppets. I loved it when I was a kid. Game of Thrones comes back this season.
Oh,
This season,
can't wait.
This last
This
season.
last
This is the final
season.
season. Yeah,
Last season.
I didn't. I only watched season 1 of Game of Thrones.
Oh my gosh.
it's awesome.
You know what? When Game of Thrones was like maybe like 3-4 seasons in, you know, I tell people, I'd be like, oh my God, you gotta watch this. You gotta watch this. Now I tell people, I'm like, if you're not gonna invest, don't watch it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, it's
So,
too much.
It
It's
took
too
me.
much.
It took me
guys.
4 times to watch season 1, only because I started watching it and it was talking about characters, places, and families that I felt like they felt like I should have known what they were talking about, and I didn't, and I was like frustrated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. Like they're talking about this like I should know it already. Like I missed the whole season. And then I just stuck to it, and it came out. It was a good show. Season 1 ended really good. I'm excited for season 2.
Anyone else like Game of Thrones? Anyone that caught up or anything?
Yeah, I'm all the way up to
We
the
had
end.
Game of Thrones wine for New Year's.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Nice.
The
It was
red
very
wine.
strong. It was red wine. Was it the
So-
red wine or just red wine?
It comes well. The version I got comes in red wine and Cabernet. I got the red wine version.
She got Cabernet.
But there is apparently wines for
Yeah,
each
so-
of the houses
Whiskey.
and whiskeys.
Ooh,
So
I'd
I'm
love those.
definitely looking forward to those.
Do you have any like theories or anything that you think is gonna happen?
No spoilers.
I don't really. I'm
There's
kind of
dragons and people are gonna die.
I'm sitting and waiting and seeing how it all unfolds.
I actually just ran into a guy, like some guy came to my gas station and he was like, he had a Game of Thrones shirt on. I was like, what do you think's gonna happen? I stop everyone. I don't know.
We're not doing nothing until I find out what his opinion is.
oh my gosh. See,
Another show coming out that's pretty big that people are excited for. Stranger Things
yeah.
comes back.
What is it?
That
July
comes
4th? There comes out.
4th of
Yeah.
July.
Right?
Yeah.
Or,
Yep.
I still think they should have waited for, unless they're gonna do 4th of July themed stuff. But I think
That's what their poster.
yeah, their
release
poster was
was.
like had fireworks everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you cash in on October, but that's just me.
They're gonna
Maybe
play.
because I think they're doing Sabrina. They're bringing Sabrina back in November or so.
no,
October or November.
I believe we're getting that in April
Oh,
or March.
Another drama.
Yeah, I think it's
Wow, that's
April
really
actually.
fast.
'Cause I,
Yeah.
remember it was like close
It's
to my
super
birthday.
quick.
mhm.
That's fast. for
Quick
a show.
turnover right for
Wow.
that show. Mr. Robot, another that's coming back. Star Wars Underworld is getting. I know, yeah, Star Wars Underworld. I think it's called. That's coming. Watchmen comics are getting their own show. Mindhunter season 2 comes back.
Can't
Rick
wait.
and Morty comes back. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is supposed to be getting a reboot this year.
Wow.
There's a show called Good Omens that's coming out. I think that's Amazon exclusive, but it's kind of like the premise of The Omen, except it's a comedy.
Oh,
It looks pretty
okay.
cool. Rumors are a Halo show is coming out this year.
Finally. Make it legit.
Swamp Thing is supposed to be getting his own TV show again, which I'm pretty
Cool.
pumped about.
Oh boy,
The Rocketeer is getting a TV show.
that's what we were thinking of instead
Yeah.
of Rocket Man. Rocket.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Black Mirror coming back, which I love that show. And The Twilight Zone is coming back.
Also done
Once
by Jordan
again
Peele.
by Peele.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jordan
Sorry.
Peele is going to take over the Twilight Zone
I
series.
did read about that actually. Yo, I love how Jordan Peele is like. I mean, he did great in comedy, but he's doing great in horror.
Yes,
Like,
he is. I agree, 100%. TV show wise, what are you looking forward to?
Well, it just came out, but I'm looking forward to season 3 of Series of Unfortunate Events on Netflix. Because
Yes, that just came out too.
yeah,
Yes.
that just came out. So
That's Neil Patrick Harris, correct?
yes,
He does
plays-
really great
yeah.
with that character. I mean, anything Neil does, he just does it over the top.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Dr. Hart.
Like, he was so convincing of a straight man on How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, it was
like
incredible.
everyone was like, he's gay. I'm like, yeah.
Right. You got me gay.
His husband was Scooter.
Yep.
From the show?
Yeah.
Like
I
Lily's ex-boyfriend. Like
Mhm.
that's Neil Patrick.
I've
Harris's
never
husband.
watched this. You're obsessed with that. It's
Oh,
like your
I've seen
And
it so many times.
the guy, Sandy Rivers.
Yes. it
That's
is-
Lily's husband.
Yep.
So How I Met Your Mother, 2.5 Men. What's the other nerdy show that everyone said I should
Big
watch?
Bang Theory.
Big Bang. You know what? You know why I've never watched any of those shows?
What?
Because I've watched The Office 13 times.
Oh my god, the Office.
I can't stop.
guys.
I go on Netflix. I'm like, I'm gonna start a new
It's
show,
sick.
and then I hit a button, and it's and
I
I'm
just
right back.
want to say this now. Me and my sisters, we used to watch The Office and had all the seasons like on DVD before like Netflix was even a thing.
Mhm.
So
We have every
saying.
season on DVD except 9. We don't have.
yeah, I
9.
think my sisters were like the same way. Like they don't have like 8 or 9 or 9 or something.
we have
like that,
every one
because it
up
was like on
until 9.
Netflix.
Yep. Love that's our favorite show. She actually has an Office tattoo. She has the teapot.
The teapot.
She has the teapot.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And
My
I'm
sister.
into that show.
Oh my
too, in a
gosh.
way.
it's amazing.
Me and my
I'm
sisters
just
love
like
it.
watching it bits and pieces here, like certain episodes. I'm just like,
No, watch from
like-
the beginning, go through because you're gonna you develop.
You
character
develop all the
relationship.
characters and you learn so much, and you like
Mhm.
little jokes that were in the beginning, they come at the end. Like it's
Yeah.
perfect. But
they
you
kinda
can
pepper 'em
you
through,
kind of
right?
can pick up an
Yeah.
episode. Like
Yeah.
it is
Mhm.
one of those shows where you're like, oh, like I didn't
Mhm.
pick up. But one of the best things was Like my sister actually like wrote out like in our Christmas cards, she like wrote out like little quotes like from the Christmas episode. Like,
Yeah.
and everything. Oh yeah, so it's good.
This gift shows me how much I love you by this dollar amount.
That was one of them, and
Yeah.
mine was is 15 or will this get 20 people drunk? And he's all like 15 bottles of vodka. Yeah, that should do it. That was on my card.
Any other TV shows you have?
So I want to actually like kind of dive into what I was actually watching over my little bit of a break.
We'll get there.
for Christmas.
We'll get there.
Oh, okay.
What are you looking forward to that's coming out? Movie,
What?
TV show?
TV shows.
Video
I'm actually
games?
looking forward to quite a bit. I was looking forward to My Hero Academia because that's going to be coming out in October 2019. That's the one that they always cry about everything, Tony.
Hate it.
And you're like, I hate this, but you gotta.
I have a hard time with Japanese
You
animation.
have to watch that, man.
I did.
Like,
I did.
No, you gotta like push through like all the crying nonsense.
I watched 5 episodes.
5 episodes.
Yeah, I hated
God, you should do
every.
the 6th one then. Make it even. Make it an even number.
I was over it.
Yeah,
I'm with you, Tony.
Whatever.
I tried.
Yeah, I just
I was like this.
can't.
This is stupid.
Kingdom Hearts is the closest thing I'll ever get to it, and that's it.
No, I watched Speed Racer. I watched.
Yeah, I watched it before it was known as anime. It
Yes.
was just Saturday morning cartoons.
Yes.
That was it. Like Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, the beginning.
I didn't like Dragon Ball Z either.
I'm just saying, but they all fell in that category of this is what anime is today, but it wasn't anime.
Yeah, and I think and then most people that like anime, besides Ben, because he sits next to me, and if he did, I wouldn't be his friend. Like a lot of people who like anime forget to shower, and they have to have a certain smell to them.
We won't go there.
I'm not one of those.
He used to work at when we
Retail's the worst.
Yeah, he worked at FYE, and he's like, "Yep, the anime section always smells."
Well, the worst part is they would come up to me and ask me for things that I had no idea was, and instead of like just being nice about it, because it's not something that everyone's gonna know,
They get offended.
they get offended and start getting angry because I called their manga. Is that how you pronounce manga? That I was like, oh, you mean, because they started explaining it to me a little bit, and I was like, oh, you mean like the graphic novel comic, and they like flipped on me. I was like,
You mean the backward
I'm
books?
trying to like connect with you.
Yeah,
I'm trying
you're
to
like,
figure
I'm
out
trying
what.
to find common ground.
Yeah,
You're not
so that
doing
I
it.
know what you're talking about. Don't yell at me.
I'll get a headache reading it backwards. Yeah. Anything else that you guys are excited for?
I'm like just like Game of Thrones. I started watching Westworld,
Oh,
and
Westworld's good.
oh my gosh, that
I was
like
gonna
what
pick
a
that up at
great
Hanks.
premise for like a TV
Yeah.
show.
I was gonna actually pick that up at Hanks. I think they had the first full season of it at Main Street Video Games in Bloomsburg.
Very good place.
He had it there. I'm like, oh my god! Like I was like really chomping at the bit. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should buy the Westworld DVDs. It says there's a place in Bloomsburg, Main Street Video Games, and more.
Okay,
I know
yeah.
the owner and the son then too. They always give me like killer deals on stuff like movies, DVD, video games,
Yeah,
that
that's-
kind of stuff. And I would have been like, I think it was like for the first full season was like maybe $12-15. I'm like,
Oh really?
yeah, that's how cheap it is. And like if you buy more, like obviously you're gonna get more of a discount.
Yeah,
The
right.
guy just buys like storage lockers and he just sells the stuff dirt cheap.
Wow.
So it's like a more high refined flea market, but you're gonna get your stuff.
yeah.
It's not really. It's in good shape. Put it this way,
Yeah.
watchable, but you have to really look.
Yeah,
You
it's
have
a
to
really
look at
nice show.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're really nice
Westworld's
guys
a
too.
great TV show. It
Yeah.
just took off.
Yeah. So, anticipation. Are we done with anticipations?
You know what?
Nothing else in your
Not that I.
no?
Honestly, like I haven't really been. I've been actually like because I have like Hulu, so I have like the HBO because I'm like waiting for Game of Thrones, and I've actually just been like watching.
How much
like,
is HBO if you add it onto your Hulu? Is it-
Well, they give you like a 6 months trial with it, and it's like only like $10 extra or something like that, so it's like totally worth it. But I'm like 5 episodes away of finishing Sopranos. So close,
I
guys.
want to start watching it, but I always get
The
to
beginning's
point-
good. The middle kind of kills it, but it's so worth it for the ending. Like I was like, wow. Just kind of like HBO does great with their TV
That might be
shows,
something we might have to
honestly.
add on. Just add HBO for $10. We just got Hulu Live TV. for
Yeah,
the $30.
I was thinking about it.
It's really good. And we can do multiple TVs. TV's 40. Yeah, it's not for $40 though. That's not terrible at all. You what like it's like 50 40.
I'll tell you one thing: it's way better than paying a cable bill.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, 100%. We actually watched in 2 different rooms last night, and it worked. We did live streaming for live TV from 2 different rooms on Hulu, and it worked.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's really cool. So if you're looking for that, that's really cool. So we have Netflix, Hulu, and then Amazon, but we really don't use the Amazon that much. And then our trusty Fire Stick, Cody. I haven't used that in a while either. So yeah, so we'll get into a little bit of some things we've been playing, watching. We'll start with our guest here at the end. What are some things you've been watching? Sopranos. What have you been into?
I'm excited about Sopranos, but honestly, if anyone's been on the internet, big thing that just swept in was Bird Box. If anyone, I mean, I watched it and I'm swept away. I mean, it is so great. It's probably gonna get like a screenplay thing, like nomination. I bet. Like it's. So
now, did you
good.
see A Quiet Place?
I did see A Quiet Place.
Which one would you think was a better movie?
I honestly think Bird Box
Really?
is better. I mean, don't get me wrong, like not being able to make a noise, I mean, that's hard, but like at least you can kind of see,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think like what sense would you want to lose? Like seeing or hearing.
The premise, because I don't know anything about this. So the premise
or making noise,
is,
sorry, yeah.
They have to be blindfolded because there's
it started in the movie. They have let me try to think here. It starts off like it's a normal day. Everyone's like doing their normal thing, and there's like on the news it's coming from Russia, all over like the other countries that there's like this weird wind environmental thing that's happening, like kind of like a shadow that kind of passes through, and when you see this thing, it makes you want to kill yourself, like you're trying to, you're watching the whole movie. You're like, what are these people seeing that makes them want to kill themselves? And like, I mean, the suicides. I mean, if anyone's seen The Happening,
I was just saying, it sounds like a lot
just
like The
yeah,
Happening.
it's a little bit just like The Happening, but it's so crazy because Sandra Bullock's in it, and she starts off she's pregnant. She's like probably like 8 months pregnant or something like that, like probably pretty close to it, and and it just kind of goes from there. I don't want to give anything away, but something really cool is. My sister, she is a RAF guide in West Virginia. She knows the lady who did the stunt double, and like, because there's a part where she's like going down the river, and you might have seen like on the memes, she's blindfolded. So my sister knows the lady who did the stunt double for that. And she had to wear a wig and a blindfold, and
wow.
in crazy rivers. Too,
so
like
this
crazy,
this only affects you if you're outdoors.
Yeah, you can be safe indoors. They.
As long as you don't look out a window.
Yeah. So they close all the windows off. They make sure like nothing can see in. They can't see out and everything. The thing is like don't look at the sun. I guess it is more, but it's still like outside. Like I haven't seen them when it was like dark.
Okay. Interesting.
Like they try to like huddle themselves with blankets. Blindfolds. I mean, it's great. I was on the edge the whole time. And the way they do the storyline is like at first you start watching it and you're like they get on this boat and they're already going down the river, and then it goes into like how it started and like little pieces, and then you keep going back to that river, like, oh, they were on the river, so this many hours, and great movie, guys. I definitely recommend it.
It's definitely on my list.
Yeah. And it's on, and I think it got like 330 million views on the opening weekend or something like that. Which they said it was like compared to a theater,
right?
Yeah, Netflix.
Yeah, on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix, guys.
It's got to get to the point soon with multimedia, especially with movies. At one point, do you turn around and say, people aren't they're spending more money on a service to watch something, and you're getting just as many views and just as much stuff to it than if you were to just put it in theaters. I'm interested to see.
They do select a few theaters because so they can get the awards, obviously,
mm-hmm.
and everything.
But they have to, at one point they have to realize that like. How much money would something would make if it went to straight Netflix, or if it went to theater? Like, there's got to be a balance to that, or even like saying like,
you're probably making less on a service.
Yeah, but
off the movie. And
would you rather make less and have more people watch it?
It depends. It depends on how many people for when you have to pay that worked on the project, and that constant flow of behind.
Netflix has to be doing good though, because they're
I know
dough out for these shows and movies.
Don't get me wrong, I'm sure they are, but I'm saying the fact that people go to the theaters and stuff, that's extra money that's getting thrown into the production to do things. Where I'm sure I would assume they'd get more of a cut from going to a theater from people's money than going to Netflix, because there's no like, oh, we broke the box office record for a Netflix thing. None of that exists.
Yeah, they mostly just go by like weekend
Netflix are
release.
saying like
Right.
day one streams. Like streaming is now getting its own accolades. Like when Post Malone just came out with his new
Right.
album, he had the most day one streams of all time. Like
Okay.
Netflix is breaking
So-
records for the most day one streams.
So
Like
then I guess I should put it more this way. So how much did Aquaman make?
822 million.
Okay, so that's how many people. Well, not exactly.
Yeah.
But you'd have to have sit and pay for that subscription, like whatever it is. If it's $10,
But
then
here's my thing: if you make
divide
a
that
service where you
versus-
say you pay $50 a year or $10 a month, and you get to choose 4 movies. We're not even gonna give you everything. You have to pick.
Okay.
You get 4 movies a month, and whatever 4 movies that month come out in theaters, you get from the privacy of your own home.
Hmm.
I still feel they would.
stuff like that, I feel like would be a good path to go. But if it's something like Netflix where it's like 800 some titles or whatever,
Yeah.
you would have 5 or 6 people sitting in a room. They paid $10 a month, watch all that stuff.
Or
And
even if they did
where
like
you
a
pay
thing
$10 for one ticket in the theater,
Yeah.
and you have 100 people in the theater, that's
yeah.
all going directly to them.
Or you have like how they have the pay-per-view channels on like DirecTV or your thing, or even on Netflix or Xbox or PlayStation, where you buy a movie, rent a movie. I
Mhm.
still think if you told someone, okay, a movie ticket is $7 or $10 or $12, whatever it is, if you pay us now $20 and you get the day one release of this movie to watch it,
and
No.
rewatch it.
and
like,
and
you
you,
know, that's
and
another
you have
thing, too.
24 hours, you can do whatever you want
Yeah,
for 24
yeah.
hours, and then, or even if they tell you around and say, okay, you pay $20, and then when the movie comes out digitally, you get a code to redeem it.
See, that's kind of like what Voodoo's doing right now, where they're doing all these sales where if you pre-order something, they'll give you like $3 credits off, or they'll have special exclusive ones that are released 2 weeks before. Like I bought Halloween, I already have it unlocked in my account. It's not even out.
Yeah.
So I
So
mean,
you can watch it.
yeah, I could watch it right now.
Yeah.
Because they just do that.
I just feel like that's where we're getting to. It has to be getting there soon, because I like the people who had a stranglehold on cable television and movie theater tickets and stuff. I think they're slowly losing that grip. I think we're
You know what? Honestly, I think you're right too, because you know what? Going to a theater now, like I actually haven't been to like a movie theater in a long time. Last one I went to like was Venom,
Mhm.
and the whole time I was sitting there, I'm thinking, someone could just like come in and shoot this up.
Yeah.
Like
You're-
you know,
you feel-
some
you-
people do just feel comfortable in their home. So
Mhm.
like, and I know what you're saying, like, how are they still making this money? But that's another thing with streaming. You have to just keep offering your people something to make them stay. They're like, Sandra Bullock in a blindfold. There you go. Just stay with us.
Stranger Things. Mine, like
Exactly.
Netflix and
Like
exclusives
they,
are
and
phenomenal.
they're still gonna get the awards.
Mhm.
Like, and you know what? The awards people will still come and see them even more. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're no. I mean, if it was gonna fail, it would have failed already.
Yeah.
I think Netflix or anything. Yeah.
Netflix is killing it. I mean, out of all this exclusive
I don't think they're gonna
television
be-
shows.
I mean,
agree with that,
their own
yeah.
TV series and is good, but I think they're gonna more. I think they're better for like the movies, honestly.
Mhm.
And I mean, they hired Adam Sandler to do like what 5 or 6 movies. I mean, I think he's done.
They did a deal, yeah. He
Okay,
did a
yeah,
deal,
and, you know,
yeah.
I mean, and that's not even thinking about any other, you know,
A lot of stand-up comedians are getting.
like
A
all
lot
their
of love on
specials
there.
and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
so
they're even.
I mean,
yeah, I'm really surprised at the whole stand-up thing, because like I know Comedy Central at one like
they were like the
still
ruler
they were
of it,
like,
you know,
you
yeah.
know,
Friday.
Friday Night Presents. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I always used to watch like
Comedy
you know,
Central
first
presents,
Dane
yeah,
Cook,
or, you
first Dane
know.
Cook stand-up, or like I forget what the other guy is. He always like,
Everybody
Yeah.
started on Friday
Yeah.
night. I mean, I watched comics on Friday night, Comedy Central, that they didn't get big for another 15 years. Like I remember Kevin Hart's first stand-up special, and on Comedy Central on a Friday night. I remember watching Mitch Hedberg before he died. Friday night was that's all I did on Friday night. I stayed home and watched stand-up comedy. Was my favorite. And now that Netflix is like, oh, this is where we're putting, not like Netflix is just getting stuff for everybody. Like, you like horror movies? Boom.
You got
Here's
horror-
everything
yeah,
for yeah.
exactly.
You like comedy? Here, like it's getting so good.
And if you think about like even that Jerry Springer, you know, comedians and cars getting
Yeah.
coffee, that was a web series, right?
Mhm.
Like just like on the internet.
Yep.
And I guess Netflix was like, come on.
Yeah. Or what
we'll
happens
give
is
we'll give you some cars to drive, Jerry.
a lot of people are like,
oh, that's
oh,
Jerry Seinfeld, by the way. That's Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comedians in cars getting coffee.
Yeah.
But that's what happened too. A lot of shows are getting canceled, and then Netflix is like, you don't want to be canceled no more? Come to us. You know,
Like Lucifer.
Lucifer.
That was,
What was
they
the
would
other
have
one?
ended that. Like I'm not gonna spoil it.
Wasn't Lucifer Fox, right? Did they
I think it was Fox.
It was
Yeah.
Fox,
And
and then
Fox-
CW was trying to pick it up because Lucifer's technically a DC show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like something about Fox. Like Fox also did Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and then they were like,
They cancel everything.
yeah, they were like.
Fun fact:
Do you think it's
they canceled Family Guy after 3 seasons, and then
Yeah.
brought back 10 years later.
That was
Isn't that crazy?
because of DVD sales.
Mhm.
yeah?
Because that's how they brought that back from the dead.
They
She's so ignorant. The dog just like he just
just like
trembles through everything.
lighting
What?
coming through.
Lady, she like took the light out.
Oh,
But I was thinking, like, do you think it's beneficial for Fox to just be like, you know what, we'll make any TV show, and if we need to, we'll just cancel it and sell it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, do you think like
It's all a
that's
ploy.
worth it? Yeah,
just
like
a
they're just
ploy.
like, we're just gonna play all cards on the tag here.
Arrested
really-
Development
Fox.
got canceled and picked up by Netflix.
Yeah.
Fox just blows through all their money, to be quite honest with you. They're just like, all right, we're going to give it a shot, but hey, guess what? Fuck it. If it doesn't work out, well, you know what? We're going to
Someone might buy it.
cancel it.
they
Yeah,
have money
exactly.
now.
Hi, goodbye.
Now
but-
that they're under Disney's umbrella.
Who is it under Disney? We're probably under Disney's umbrella.
We're owned by Disney.
Fingers crossed.
So let's just give it a little bit of a recap. I know we're diving into a little bit of like the Disney talk, but since Fox owns SmackDown and Disney owns Fox, wouldn't the WWE female wrestlers be considered princesses then?
They're always princesses to me.
They are.
Lana is the greatest place. Lana is the greatest person of all time. Lana is the best. Lana's number one. Ember Moon is always going to be high. That's another show, Ben. That's next week. The wrestling show.
I'm just saying. No,
Yeah. it's just-
Before
The,
we lose-
hypothetical.
before we, listen, they didn't make Princess Leia a princess yet. Yeah. So yeah. Anything else we've been watching?
I actually also just watched The Black Klansman. That was
okay.
the Spike Lee movie. And that's also worth watching. That was really, really good. And also scary because like Spike Lee always likes to, you know, grab a problem that's happening right now and shove it in your face. And at the end, you know, like, I mean, you know, if anyone doesn't know, it's about like, this is a true story, how like there was a black man who joined the Colorado Springs police force, and he, you know, started doing like undercover work, and he was like he saw in the paper, join the KKK, and he was all like, you know, tell you the number, and he was like actually talking as a black man to these like racist people, and actually got to talk to David Duke himself, like back in the 70s and everything, like the guy who runs the whole KKK, and like actually got like, you know, and they got like an undercover cop to like, you know, do it, like, you know, join, you know, like a white guy to do like the cover and everything, and it's so interesting, but it's also so sad because, you know, they show like what happened at Charlottesville last year, and like, you know, and it's like, wow, this is still happening. And then I actually looked it up, and I was like, there are 5,000 KKK active members in America. Isn't that like a little? I honestly thought that number was a little small, but it's still shitty.
It's enough.
So yeah,
It's enough.
it's enough to be like, wow,
Those
these people
5,000
would-
people are raising kids.
that would
and-
legit, yeah, exactly. They're spreading. These are 5,000 people that are spreading the word of
Mhm.
like, yeah, let's.
It's a cult. It's
Yeah,
just straight
it
up
is.
cult.
It's just straight up cult.
It's crazy.
But a
too.
great movie because
Yeah.
like it just shows you like how this like and the whole time they're like, oh, we'd be able to tell if I was talking to a black guy on the phone because they talk jibby jab and whatever. Like they actually say that. And the guy was
Yeah.
like, like you're right. But then at the end he's all like, well, I'm a black guy, so screw you. You know what I mean? So that was a great movie, guys.
So really, really funny. It just reminds me of a prank phone call. Do you remember the TV show Crank Yankers?
Yeah. Those
So-
puppets.
So there was a skit on Crank Yankers where Tracy Morgan calls a golf resort, and he's like, yeah, I'd like to come in, and he's like, yeah, I want to come in. Tracy Morgan, I want to come do some tea time, like, and he's like, that's Tracy Morgan.
yeah, like very.
And they're
yeah.
like, sorry, sir, we don't accept people just come in and shoot golf here. He's like, well, how do I become a member? And he's like, no, we're not accepting members at this time. And he's just like, well, me and my, and he's like, me and my husband Pookie and Tookie, and we all want to come in. We got money. We're rappers. We have a lot of money. We'll give you all the money you want. We just want to come play golf. And he's like, "Sorry, sir, we're not letting you in." And he's like, and they hung up on him. And then he calls back. He's like, "Hi, I'd like to become a member of your club." And he's like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." He's like, "It's me, motherfucker!" Yeah. But it was all Tracy Morgan call. I missed that show. Crank Yankers is amazing.
Wasn't that gonna be like coming back, or
Who
maybe,
knows?
or someone thought about it?
They can't do anything anymore because everything gets so
Yeah.
blown out of proportion and offended.
Speaking of Crank Yankers, I know it's a little not really off topic, but Celebrity Deathmatch.
Celebrity Deathmatch is
supposed to
coming
be
back.
coming back.
We'll see how that works.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You heard right. Yeah.
Who's picking that up?
MTV.
MTV picking it up,
MTV,
picking
so,
it back up again.
Yeah. Once again, we'll see how it works because people get upset by stuff. If you survived the wave and you've been out before the wave, then you're good. But if you're brand new to something, you don't stand a chance. You don't stand a chance. Comedy's like a dying thing because if one person gets offended, everyone's offended.
No, you know what? Someone else has said this. The PC wave, guys, it happens in waves. You know what I mean? Like that's just, you know
100%
what I mean?
happens
It'll eventually pass, guys. We'll have fun again.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
I still have fun.
hope that
I mean, I'm
happens.
still having fun. I don't know
Yeah,
about you guys, but I ain't no hater.
If something bothers you, just turn off.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
like-
Yeah.
Just turn it off. You don't like it?
If you want to see it again,
It don't work for me.
you want to see it again, or do whatever, you
Yeah.
know, turn it back on, give it a shot. One show I actually watched, it's only on 8 episodes on Netflix. It's called Happy.
Okay.
That is the show.
That's on my list as well.
It's a like a mini series. It's like a 4-book mini series, and it has Christopher Maloney, the guy from Law and Order SVU, playing the detective. That he's just like a washed up detective. He does like drugs. He's like just a piece of shit. And basically, or after he takes like a shot of adrenaline in an ambulance, he sees this little unicorn friend, voiced by Patton Oswalt, named Happy. And he's like, oh, guy, guess what? You have to find this little girl. We gotta find her, right? And it's a pretty good show. I like it because it has Christopher Maloney, a very professional actor in a way, just go balls to the wall, complete opposite dark spectrum of a detective, and that's what I really liked about.
I
it.
love dark movies. Like I love dark.
No, this is a series on Sci-Fi, and they were airing it like in marathons like over the Christmas break. But they're coming out with season 2 sometime soon. I don't know exactly when, if it's going to be this year or next, but I'm looking forward to that. That's one thing I really wanted to touch up on. And I also watched Voltron. I watched the final season, which is the 8th season, and that's the end of that show. So 8 seasons, but if you watch it from beginning to end, it's pretty much quality throughout the whole entire show. You get to a little bit of like Easter eggs and throwbacks to certain characters. Sven, by the way. So if you're familiar with the series, Sven used to be an old Voltron character.
I was Sven one time. It's not even a joke. I went to Blue Mountain's Winter Formal, prom and a winter formal. I went to 2 of them.
Whatever it is.
And my friend Ashley told me to take one of her friends on a date to the Bloomsburg, the Blue Mountain dance. And I didn't know who she was. And I was like, all right, well, I don't just tell her I'm a foreign exchange student who doesn't speak English. And I went as Sven. And the only thing I said the entire night was, I am Sven. Yeah, it was an interesting night. That's all I talked the entire night. And then I seen a really pretty girl, and I was like, gotta abort this game. Gotta abort. But yeah, Sven story. Yeah.
I think what other stuff.
Trying to find that middle ground.
Yeah.
I found some other shows then too. I watched one of those like top 12 shows that you remember, but it kind of phased away. And I finally discovered one of the shows I used to watch as a kid, and it was like, imagine like a little Hawaiian Punch guy that was like a Simpson, but it was just like he had yellow skin and he acted like a goofball. His name is Mr. Bogus.
Mr. Bogus.
And then like he had his like own like theme song, like Mr. Bogus.
There's a
But
show.
like, yeah, it was an animated
Where
show.
did you find this?
Where did I find this? It was by
boy.
surprise. I remember this back
he
in the
hooked
day.
me. He's like, someone bite that hook, and then he sunk it and ripped it. You see his eyes. He got
You
so
opened a box.
excited. Like, where did I find it? Strap on your boots, kids. I'm gonna tell you.
I just like the old shows. Hey, I mean, but seriously though, it's like part animation and then part claymation, and the claymation for its time. Yeah.
So
it's
it's claymation, maybe.
Yeah, so definitely get a chance to watch it. It's not terrible,
I'm not gonna watch it.
but I know you're not gonna. Watch it.
I'll watch Happy. I'm not gonna watch Mr. Bogus.
But definitely just watch it because there's some like
I'll look it up.
original like voice talent, like famous voice talent in it way back when. But it was like that, and then there was another like they used to do like live action shows then too back in the 90s. There was like a kung fu show, like 2 kung fu shows where like the one was like in a tournament, but the one I would like to talk about, since we're talking about like we mentioned about tattoos and stuff. Tattoo Teenage Alien Fires from Beverly Hills.
This guy?
Yes, that's
Wait.
exactly it.
Okay.
Tattoo Teenage Alien Fires from Beverly Hills.
This is a show?
It's a show in the 90s, and basically it's a bunch of teens that have these tattoos that that they come to life and they have like superpowers. It's like it's 90s cheese.
Okay, that doesn't seem as. Yeah, can you
It's-
imagine
it's
all, like
90s
this
cheese.
tattoos?
Winnie the Pooh drinking a Gears Iced Tea comes alive and just tears shit up.
It's just
he's
like
real
like
smooth,
one guy has like a wolf
He's a
and like the wolf
dickhead.
comes to life, you know, like the wolf
He's
comes to
super
life after his
racist.
chase, you know what I mean? But no, I just wanted to bring that up because I thought it would be pretty corny, kind of obscurity.
Throw
Some
old stuff
people
on
they're
there.
like, you know what? If you were ever looking for that show, I know it.
My mom brought up an old show that I was into when I was a kid, and I used to crack her up because I couldn't say it right. She used to be like, Tony used to be obsessed with Captain Bucky O'Hare, but he couldn't say it right. So I'd be in the store saying, Mom, get me a Captain Bucky O'Hare toy. Yeah, she just brought it up at New Year's. What do you got? I see you got a little list over there, some stuff you watched. What do you got?
I did watch Sabrina's holiday special. I thought that was really well done for what it was. It was cool. Look at what they do for Christmas and the holidays.
Those devil worshipping Satanist witches.
Which, by the way, I have to commend them on their casting choice of young Sabrina, because when it opened up and we saw the younger version of her, I thought it was her. Until I actually looked at it again, I was like, oh, this is this other girl, because I was wondering when they were going to bring her in as a flashback. And I was like, oh, this is the flashback. So good job, Netflix. I also, another Netflix thing that I watched, I binged till like 4 a.m. The Haunting of Hill House.
Great show.
I loved
Great.
it.
Good stuff about that.
I do have 2 complaints. I feel like how you were saying about Game of Thrones in the beginning, they flipped. Like, if you haven't seen a show, they go from the past and the present back and forth as it goes, and they stick with different kids. I wish there would have been a bigger like connection in the beginning of what kid is what adult. So it was a little hard in the beginning in like that first episode until you really like start moving with it to really see.
A little kid
who's what.
who grew up to be the heroin addict was adorable. The kid who played him was adorable.
So I think his
The
name
kid
was
with
Luke.
the big Luke with the
Yeah.
big glasses.
Yeah.
That kid was adorable. And the little girl who's seen the bent neck lady, she was
Oh my
a cute
God.
kid too.
I'm
Was-
not going to spoil it, but the bent neck lady is
That
amazing as an
was
ending.
such a great like tie-in. How they
Yeah.
did that.
It reminded me of like short stories combined into one story. It was really well done. Like each episode, you're kind of like you learn something else about somebody, and then it ties in, and then it goes to the next part. Like it was a really cool show. I really enjoyed
Honestly,
it.
a quick for anyone who didn't see it, they were like, "Oh, what's this about?" Like, honestly, it's like it starts off something fucked up happened in the house, and you're really trying to figure it out. And then like each episode, they go through like a kid.
Mhm.
You know, they went through like the oldest son, like we went through his story, what he's doing as an adult, like how did that house affect him,
Mhm.
and as each child you go through, like the worse it got. Like so, the
Yeah.
brother, you know, like the older one, like he didn't get affected as much, and then
Well,
and then it was like,
he kind of has a cool dynamic in the beginning too, because he's trying to say that none of this is real. That you were just
Exactly. Like
kids
he's being like, oh, like
Yeah.
he's trying to give us like the why you shouldn't believe this.
Yeah, so you're trying. So then you're toting the line to saying, are these just little kids having little kids' imaginations, or is this really?
And then by the
happening
time
to
it
them?
goes all the way down to Nellie, I mean,
Yeah.
she's so convinced like everything's happening
Mhm.
that I mean,
It was a
I
great
won't
show.
ruin anything, but yeah.
100% good show.
The
Very,
only
very
thing
good.
I wish they wouldn't have done, and I'm probably never going to say this to any other show, is they tightened the ending so tight that I don't know how a follow-up season could happen. I mean, I'm
Are they
sure.
talking about another one?
No, I'm
I
not
don't
saying
think they're going
that
to,
they may or
yeah.
may not, but I'm just saying that it would. Every other show I've ever seen, they always have this giant cliffhanger or something for a possible season 2. But this one, all the storylines were kind of like just snipped at the end. It was all wrapped up for the most part, nice and clean. So unless they're gonna do like American Horror Story kind of thing where they switch the cast and it's the same
I
house
hope-
or something like that.
I mean, I think it's just gonna be like a one season
Yeah,
series.
I mean,
I hope they did tie it so nicely that I hope they do not add
I mean,
anything.
I'm happy if they just stick to a season 1, but
Yeah,
if they
it's
tried to go into season 2, I don't really know.
like
from
HBO
right now.
did the same thing. They had Sharp Objects. If anyone saw that, that's really good. It's only one season, so it's kind of like a thrill. I can't remember the actress's name. She was in Enchanted. That Amy Adams, maybe.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, she was in it. So she goes like she's a reporter, but she goes back home because like where she lived, there was like 2 killings, like of 2 little girls, and she used to be a little girl that grew up here, and it's kind of like it's a backwards town, and everyone knows everyone, and so that's a really good, and it perfectly ties in one season. That's all you need, and I recommend that one too.
The one daughter in House Hill Haunted thing.
That's why I had to write it
The hell
down
of-
because I was like,
the-
I'm never gonna get it.
The one girl from that show was so pretty, and every single time she got on camera, I was like, she's getting more attractive every episode. The girl,
Which one's that? The
the
gloves.
gloves. Oh my god. Well, she was.
I mean,
awesome.
who didn't?
Jesus
she had, like,
Christmas.
I-
and then she was banging the hot Asian chick. It was just like, I was a fan of that character. She was really good in the movie Hush. You ever see Hush?
Wasn't that where you can't?
She was
Here or
she
something,
she
right?
was she plays a reporter, or a journalist, and she lives pretty much out in the middle of nowhere, and she's deaf.
Okay,
And then
yeah.
home invaders come in and try to take over her home, and they're kind of toying with her, knowing that she's deaf.
Oh man.
It's a really, really good horror movie. Yeah, and she's in it. She's the main character.
Oh, that's right. Definitely check that out.
I am very happy though, with one of their casting choices. They got the girl from Annabelle Creation.
Which one? The one who played
It was the first episode girl. I forget what her name is in the show. I'm gonna have to look it up.
You know what's the cool thing about that show too? They cast everyone in the thing that were kids and adults that look like they were a legit family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they looked so like all the sisters and the mom, they all like looked
Mhm.
alike. And that's what I really liked about it too. And anyone who's ever grown up in like a big household, like with a lot of siblings, like that, like I have 3 sisters, so like there's like 4 of us, and I, like anyone who grew up with a lot of siblings, I think that it hit, it hits home, like how they turned out.
Mhm.
When you all grew up together the same way, but you all had different experiences.
Mhm.
So you all turned out a little different,
Yeah.
So it was Shirley, the character of Shirley. The girl played Lulu Wilson. She was one of the surviving girls in Annabelle Creation. But because I like David Sandberg so
Okay,
much,
look at the picture of this.
I figured throw that as well. I was excited to see that she is continuing doing horror films.
You're a fan of her, aren't you?
Who, of her? No,
Yeah.
I'm a fan of David and his casting choices. So when he brings in somebody who is really well worked and is believable in a movie, and then I see that actor or actress do other cool things, I'm excited for them.
You think she's pretty?
I do not. She's like 12.
I think she's pretty. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. The murder department's coming.
Yeah, murder department's coming.
Yeah. Another one I had watched.
You're on your own on this one.
I know, but
Oh,
I
no.
have to give it to them. There's got to be somebody out there who's this Broadway type. So I finally watched The Greatest Showman.
that was great.
I loved it.
I'm there with
Yeah.
you. I'm there.
I
He's
pushed.
a Broadway guy.
I
He's,
put-
he's our musical Broadway guy.
I
Who
am.
isn't?
Um,
Don't be a hater, Anthony.
No, it's not
I
my
did
cup of tea.
push it back though because I actually had the option of being in the movie, and it was being shot in Philly. It was a very small part, so it wasn't like anything major, but there's a huge snowstorm that happened, so I couldn't make it to Philly. And that's kind of why everyone was like, oh, this movie's so awesome and stuff. I'm like, I really don't want to watch it because I could have worked on it in some aspect, and it would have been really bummed on my part. But I gave in, and I watched it. And even if you're not a Broadway person and you just watch the scene with the song The Other Side, where they're in the bar, Hugh Jackman, Zac Efron, and the bartender, they're all in an empty bar. And
Zac Efron's in it.
Yes,
Mhm.
he plays
What a
Bailey. Oh, so if you don't know anything about this movie, it's basically the story of P.T. Barnum and his circus that he creates as Zac Efron. They don't actually come out and say it, but it's assuming that he is Bailey.
Barman and Bailey.
Yeah.
Like,
So I thought that was a nice tie. But their dance number and choreographed stuff for that bar scene was absolutely phenomenal. So if you just want to get your toes wet with the movie, go watch that scene.
It's worth watching. You know, if
Yeah.
you do need a feel good movie once in a while, we're all talking about like dark movies. We're like, yeah, Alexander Bullock's dying. No,
Yeah.
no, it's worth it. Yeah, like, and you know what? Like Hugh Jackman, like, he was just in Les Mis like a couple
Yes.
years ago. You know, so we know he can sing. And Zac Efron,
And
he can
actually,
sing.
he is going on tour.
I heard about that actually. Yeah.
So he's going to be working with, I believe it's Les Mis stuff that he wants to go sing. Obviously, The Greatest Showman and some couple other things. I'm hoping. That
Dirty Grandpa.
What?
Not
No,
like that.
I'm hoping he does some Oklahoma stuff because he also has a release of him.
And also,
that.
Maybe he'll do that song. We're all in this together.
That's Zac Efron, first off,
Yeah.
not Hugh Jackman.
No, that's what you
Totally
said. I think
different
you
people.
said Zac Efron's going on tour.
No. Hugh Jackman's going on tour.
Oh.
If I said that by mistake, I'm sorry. It's Hugh Jackman.
No, you did say
Okay.
Jackman.
I wasn't paying attention.
I just want to see Wolverine.
I thought you said
On stage
Zac
singing.
Efron, but the lead in the female lead in Greatest Showman.
Look at you dead.
I love
Hey,
it. Let's keep talking.
It's
Greatest
the,
Showman.
it's the same girl that also plays Mary Jane in Spider-Man Homecoming then too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, there you
Zendaya.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Black Mary Jane.
Yep. She plays a trapeze artist in the movie.
Mhm.
She's very good.
Oh my god, that scene with her
And
and
Zac
like,
Efron?
that was so
Yeah.
great. That was
Yeah.
such great.
Rewrite the
that was a
Stars.
great
I believe is the song
scene.
title. Yeah.
That was so fun.
Yeah,
I know
was
you
like- I
don't
was
know,
getting-
but
I was like shortly, just like I just got married like shortly after that, so I was like, oh my god, they love each other more. He's like, what are you doing?
I gotta admit, Efron really came a long way with
Oh, he's
movies
awesome.
from like High School Musical up until like serious roles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And, like that movie. I like Efron.
Showing that he has comedy, it has helped him a lot.
Yeah.
And he can get a little serious too.
Mhm.
That's nice.
All right, so our last topic here, video games.
We'll start with you with your big list.
it's horrible. I don't
Nikolai
play.
plays so many games.
I don't.
He gets so immersed in every game that comes out. He plays all of them
I can only handle one game at a time.
for a 4-year span.
Yeah, that's it. So right now,
I broke him out of his shell a little bit. So he's like, he usually plays Call of Duty, and that's all he plays.
well, no. You have to know about this though, because I only play Call of Duty, and the only reason I have Xbox is because I want to game with people,
Mhm.
and all my friends that I game with all play Call of Duty and buy that every year. So
Hate it.
that's just the game I buy.
So we
It's
got
just-
him. We got him this month alone. Well, right at the end of the year, we got him into Battlefield, Rocket League.
Rocket League is awesome. You get Back to the
Um,
Future car and Jurassic Park, golden.
Again, I've been trying to hook him on a lot of single player story games because he's really into like stories and movies and good stuff. I've been trying to put him on stuff, but you'll see here he actually broke down and got into one.
I did.
But he has been doing a lot better with his video game aspect, and his brother just got Fallout 76, so we're gonna force that on him too.
Yeah, can't wait. No, you can't, because that's what happened. It's an Odyssey curse. I will say this. So the game I'm about to talk about is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but before I get into that, when Mario Odyssey came out, I was super addicted to that, just like I am with the Assassin's Creed. And then I was like, oh, well, I'll just take a break for a second, and I'll go play Rabbids, beat that off, and then go back. Don't give me that face.
What the hell was that?
What?
That was bad.
Was that you?
Don't ever make that noise again.
Oh, it was the garage. I was like, look, what's coming up?
But anyway, I was gonna
You beat it off.
No, I was gonna
Yeah,
play
yeah.
rabbits,
Just like Archie.
You beat
win
up
that
the
game.
rabbits.
I didn't finish it, but that was the problem.
You beat it up but didn't finish it.
No, shut up. I'm done. That's it. No more video games. I'm done.
You beat up those guys like Archie.
All
and
right,
saved
so
Eddie.
we're gonna forget my story. We're gonna go to Assassin's Creed. I am as of yesterday at like 38 hours and 52 seconds or something on a game that I got for Christmas. So it has absorbed most of my life.
That's impressive for him.
For me, yes.
Is that the new one
It's
that's
the
like
ancient
300,
Greek
right?
one, yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
And that is
it's-
why I'm so hooked
Okay.
up.
Ancient Greece Assassin's Creed. Yep. So I actually started playing it again because he was playing it, and I was like, oh, I kind of missed it. I'll go back. I got to the point where I actually achieved every achievement in the game, and then the DLC came out, so I was going through and doing all this at the DLC. So I actually finished the DLC. I have to go and do I think 2 or 3 more achievements, but I actually just hit 98 hours in that game.
Nice.
I did play the game for 9. Yeah, Assassin's Creed is my favorite series, but that was on my list as well too. I
So,
just finished
can I-
Assassin's Creed DLC.
Can I tell the lion story?
Go ahead.
Because you were there for this.
Yeah.
So it'll all be clear in a second why I'm telling you the story. So I was on this quest and I saw a dead boar in the road. I'm like, there's a lion around here somewhere. So I eventually found this lioness and we make eye contact. She starts growling at me. I pull the bow up. I get her all lined up, ready to hit her so that I can tame her and make her mine. And I'm about to let the arrow go. And a lion comes and swipes me from the side. And all I could say was clever girl. It was the perfect Jurassic Park moment.
Before he said clever girl,
I
he
jumped. Yeah, it was
screamed
horrifying.
on the headset. Screamed. So Nikolai like as high as pitch as you can get. And I was like, what happened? He goes, the lion came and got from the side. He goes, oh, clever girl. And I lost it. Yeah.
It was the best moment I think I've played in that game.
Mhm.
So just those 40 hours to get to that moment was totally worth it. I could stop playing and be like, I got Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal game. I actually just, like I said, I just finished the DLC. The DLC is very good. So what they plan on doing with Assassin's Creed. So if you are looking to get Assassin's Creed or looking to possibly do this, I recommend the Season Pass because supposedly what you're supposed to get the Season Pass is they're supposed to remaster Assassin's Creed 3, which takes place in the American Revolution. Supposed to get Liberation, which is supposed to be was a handheld game. You're getting that remastered, and then you're getting all the DLC and episodic adventures. So you're gonna get all that. I've been playing. We just talked about Battlefield 5. I love it. My favorite shooter right now to play. We just got Fallout 76. So we talked in the last episode here where we got terrible reviews and would stay away from it. We heard bad things. It's still not amazing, but it's fun. I mean, if you play with people, it's a good time. I've played with Brian, and I played a little bit with his brother last night. We had a good time. A lot of good stuff there. I've been playing a lot of Crew 2. So I loved the Crew 1. I got the Crew 2 on sale. So I got the like $120 version of the game for like $30 during Christmas. So I was like, definitely pick that up. Very, very fun. It's if you like the Crew 1, you like the Crew 2. It's got more aspects to it with the boats and monster trucks and planes, cool stuff. We played a little bit of Mario Party Switch. A lot of fun. I am the champion of that game. I haven't lost yet. Isn't that right, Heidi? Ben. That's right. Bowser doesn't lose. That's how I roll.
Those 9s and 10s every time.
Yep. Oh, you were in that.
Yeah, I
you
was
took
there.
that beating. You took that beating
Horrible.
too. And then we also played a little bit. I didn't buy it, but we played a little bit of my brother's Super Smash Brothers. I'm horrible at it. Not good at all. So I got smoked in that. But the game I was obsessed with right now for the Switch, it was given to me for a Christmas gift from my mom. So thank you, Mama. I got Civilization 6. So Civilization is kind of like Risk. It's like a Risk game, but you can you win by either having a technology advancement, a population advancement, or a full domination. There's like 5 different ways to win the game, but pretty much you win a bunch of different countries, and you're growing to get from the Stone Age to space, or you're trying to get to like there's different ways to win, but it's a lot of fun, and it's kind of like a strategy game. You can battle,
awesome.
kill each other. It's a lot of fun and strategize, and it's good stuff. But that's my games I've been playing. What about you, Ben?
I actually been catching up with Red Dead Redemption 2. I went from a measly 45% to like a 65, 67.5%
hopefully by next show I will be done Red Dead. I'm gonna jump back on that.
Yeah, I think I'll be done next time that we do it then too.
Mhm.
But I'm definitely not gonna spoil it, but it gets sad. That's all I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. But I'm kind of fashioning the old Arthur Morgan. But I'm liking Red Dead Redemption 2. The Easter eggs that are in it, as well as I like the gunplay because it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas because it has like that white dot and you just like maneuver it with the right, directional stick and you can just shoot. It's really
That's
nice.
awesome.
Kind of like in a way they try and bring back like what made them successful, like familiar controls. It's like, so if you pick up San, it's even fun to even like use a shotgun and like blow half the heads clean with, just be like, oh no, Driscoll, boom, and it's like you carry one off of the like with the blood. It's like ketchup, man. It's like ketchup. But what am I looking at other
Game wise, we're looking.
game wise? I don't really have anything right now, but that's why I've been really trying to catch up on
Cool.
for the most part. But
Are you a gamer?
Oh, totally. I haven't really played any newer games right now, but one that I played on the PlayStation 4 is the Friday the 13th game. I don't know if anyone's played that.
It's fun.
I actually kickstarted that game. I helped kickstart it when it was talked about
Are you serious?
about
That's
4 or 5
awesome.
years ago, and they had a
Yeah.
Kickstarter, and I actually got some exclusive stuff that you only got if you were a founding member. Came
Oh
out.
my gosh, I am obsessed with that game.
It's a lot of
And you
fun.
know what? Sometimes it's just good to just get in there. And you know what? When when you first start playing, you're kind of like, oh, I wish I was Jason. I wish so I can like so I can kill people. But when you get into it, you're like, no, I want to be a counselor all the way. It's so much fun. And like I've gotten online with people. Like I got into this good group of like bunch of people from the UK,
Mhm.
and they're so much fun to play with.
The
Like,
best
I
way to
was
play
like-
that game, well, the only way you were able to play that game for the longest time is on Xbox. Anyway, I can just say from experience, Xbox has a feature called looking for friends or looking for a game, and you would have like 5 or 6 people all looking for, like, you make a post, and then people would join your post, and you would have a private server.
Oh,
Because at
okay.
the time, the matchmaking didn't work. So random, like the same, like we'd have a group of people that like maybe we make friends with like 30 people, and then when they all see each other jump on, we're all fighting to get in that game. But one of my favorite memories I have of that game is I was playing and I was hurt real bad. He kept throwing the knives at me.
I've gotten
So-
really good at Jason, like just practicing throwing knives.
So
at
did
them.
you know that game has proximity chat? So the proximity chat means, so when we would play, we'd all be in a party, and then we'd tell each other, everyone, like right when we start, we say, okay, everyone switch out of party chat and go to game chat. Because in game chat, if you're on one side of the map and I'm on the other, you can't hear each other. You can't talk to each other unless you have the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
So it kind of, if you're in party chat, you can talk to each other the whole time. It kind of ruins that aspect of the game, so we wouldn't play like that. So Jason's chasing me. I have nothing. I have no walkie-talkie, no nothing. I know the cops are coming in about 5 or 6 minutes, and I'm not that far away from where I hope the cops are going to spawn. So I said, yo, guys, Jason's on me. I don't think he can hear me. I'm going to run as far as I can the other direction. You guys go and get to the cops. You'll win. And I'm running, and I'm still chasing.
You're like, yeah.
And
it's
all of a
any
sudden, he
second.
just stops. And I'm like, he's chasing me, and I'm like, all right, he's not buying that one. So I'm like, cool, all right, yeah. Yo, the last piece of the boat is right there. I left it by the dock. Just put the last piece of the boat in and get out of here. So where he chased me, like he started chasing me by the dock, and I ran, and I got really far away, and he was chasing me. And I'm like, yeah, just get in the boat and go, And all of a sudden, Jason stopped and teleported. So I guess he heard me say that they're at the boat and left me alone. So I got to heal, and I escaped to the cops. And then we got back in the lobby. The guy's like, "You're a dick." And I go, "What?" He goes, "There wasn't even a boat there for them to put together." And I was like, "Yep, you fell for it."
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome.
Yeah, I love that game.
I
That's funny.
do. You know, I do like it. And you know what? Some people are like, oh, like some people do not like that game because they're like, oh, you die, and I'm like, well, that's the challenge. Like, you
Stay
know,
alive.
stay alive and
And work
everything.
together.
And also, and work together, and also like just realize if Jason kills you, you're not like playing against a computer. You're playing against an actual person that's playing Jason. So you know, you made someone else's day. You know. And have you seen the movies? You know,
We used to trap Jason like in a house, and he'd chase us around the table. We would get a guy to chase us around the table for hours. He'd like, I'm leaving you alone. And he'd leave, and then his ego would kick in, he'd sneak back in, and we'd just chase around. We had this one guy who was so good, like he just knew the angles to take, and he could do it behind a couch. And Jason would be like trying to swipe, and he'd just be hiding behind the couch.
Oh my god! Sometimes you get those people, and you're like, oh my god, I hate this.
And he'd try to teleport past you, and he would like learn. And he was so good at it. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of cool people on that game on the Xbox.
But honestly, my only true love of a game is on the computer, but you can also get it on console. It's The Sims. I've been playing Sims since it was on PS, like the PS2, like the like the very first one. And right now they're like on The Sims 4.
Yep, I have The Sims 4 for the Xbox.
Damn,
Yep, so I actually have upstairs. I'm an old school Sims fan as well. I have the original PC Sims game and all the expansions. I have all of Sims 2 in the expansions.
I was gonna say I got all the Sims 1, all the Sims 2 on
Sims 3. They made too many. I couldn't keep up with them all. And then I have the Sims 4 with a few expansions for the Xbox One. I'm a huge Sims fan as well.
Yeah. Sometimes you just want to like go in and just like control a bunch of people.
I like simulation games. I like building theme parks. I like playing God.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, you're gonna have dreams and goals. You're gonna die.
The old school Sims were the best. I used to put everyone in the pool and then take the ladder out and drown like a family of 10. And then put their gravestones, and then that house becomes haunted.
Yeah.
So
my god.
And then when people would try to live there, they would just be in super depressive mode. They would
key themselves from fear.
Yeah, ghosts would scare them, or they would like try to go to work, and they'd be like, can't go to work, and they just go out to the graveyard and just mourn all day long, and be their stats would be terrible. Like it's awesome.
One time I learned you can kill I think it was The Sims 2, like on the console or on the computer. You put a diamond board, you put a glass table there, and they'll jump right on it and kill themselves. Like I did it one time, and I was like, oh my god! Yeah. And then my computer crashed. No, yeah, that was the end of it. No.
Or you light a room on fire.
Yeah. Oh my god! You know what? My little sister, she learn how to like kill a bunch of Sims before she can even read. She was like, "What's happening to them?" I'm like, "They're hungry, Emma." I'm like, "Feed them." All their bars are red.
Yeah, they're good games. Mouse and keyboard support just hit the Xbox, so I don't know. I hope The Sims adapts that. So I enjoy playing with the mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, definitely.
Like dragging and building walls.
I don't know if you can play. I mean, I don't know how people could if they do, but play Sims without like a mouse.
It's hard with a controller.
I remember playing it like on the PlayStation 2, but like I remember I got on the PlayStation, or I got The Sims 3 on the PlayStation 3, and I couldn't get a hold of it, and I was just like, whatever.
Sims 4 was just I think it's still on sale for Xbox, but I don't know how a PlayStation. It was just on a really big sale, so like the game was like $20 for holiday.
Yeah, worth getting, guys.
Yep. So that's pretty much all you're playing right now. It's just
pretty much
some Sims and some Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
there's actually a big lawsuit going on with that Friday the 13th. They're not allowed to add anything else new to it. So pretty much what they've created is
it all they have?
What the original creator said he gave them the rights to do it, but now he's saying he didn't give them the rights. It's like this whole mess. It's actually in a huge lawsuit right now.
I hope they don't get rid of it. Because...
Yeah, they can't get rid of it.
Oh yeah, obviously, because.
But they can't even like they can change the way the game plays. But they can't add they can't even add a blade of grass to the game. Like they can't change anything. Yeah, it's wild.
We know you added that.
Yeah, because they were supposed to add more Jasons and stuff like that, and they can't do any of it now.
I mean, they have a lot of Jasons already on there. I think they already have like up to part 9 on there or something. And
yeah, because they were supposed to make
like
what
other Jasons are going to add? Like what other maps? Like what? Like New York City and space.
They're supposed to do another 2 maps, and then they're supposed to do a space one.
I think I did hear about the space, but I was like, how is that gonna? I mean, I didn't like that Jason movie anyway.
Yeah,
so
it was a nostalgia one. But, all right, that pretty much wraps. That's everything I got on my list.
I think that was a very pop culture.
Yeah, it was a good time. Well, this show's actually going to happen twice a month now. So we're going to try to do it at the beginning of the month and then towards the end of the month. So the way the show was working, we did it the very last Thursday of the month. So we're going to try to do it again, kind of like we're doing now. We took a big break from all of our shows for the New Year's and Christmas. My little brother came home from the Navy, so I spent a lot of time with him. But yeah, we're back and we're gonna be doing a lot of cool stuff. we shoot an interview this Wednesday with my buddy Dan Valinsky and Dan Wowak from the Coalcracker Bushcraft guys. Very, very interesting stuff. I'm not an outdoorsy guy, so you're going to hear a lot of cool stuff that I don't even know what's going on. But we have their interview coming up, and then we have a lot of other cool interviews coming up this month. We have our friend here at the podcast, Andy Header. He's going to do an interview with us about him and being a professional wrestler and doing that route. And then we have photographer Michael Ban. He's going to do an interview with us later on in the month too. And then the following month we have a lot of cool stuff coming up. So if anyone else has anything going on, you want to see an interview, you want to be part of an interview, let me know. We'll get you on the show. And once again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for.
Do you have anything you want to plug while you're here? You have any shows coming up? Or?
Yeah, I actually do have a comedy show that's coming to Four Friends Winery. That's going to be January 26th and also February 23rd. So you can look on details for that on Four Friends Winery. Also, if you're looking into booking me for any comedy shows or any info for that, you can email me at Sezzy, spelled SEZZY, .comedy.co@gmail.com.
Yeah, and she's very talented. I've seen her. She does a good job. She did an open mic. She hosted one night, and then I've seen it 3 times, and then she did comedy the other 2.
Oh, and we will also start hosting open mic in School County. It'll be at Pep's Pub in Port Carbon, second Friday of every month.
Nice.
The first one will be on February 8th. So
Good. I'm glad that's coming back.
yeah,
I'm
we
glad
needed
back.
something.
Ben, you got anything going on?
I just like to plug somebody.
Good.
Like with the Berserk book that's over there, I've been up to volume 23, and it's all thanks to Alchemist Cove and Games in Schuylkill Haven. They are 2 guys, Aaron and Brett. Aaron does most of the sales of stuff and looking stuff up for you. So if you're ever looking for the hottest issue or some back issues, that's the guy to talk to. He'll get
like
you
a comic book
mostly
store?
anything. Yeah, it's a comic book store
In
in
Schuylkill
Schuylkill
Haven.
Haven. Mhm.
They're not.
Wow.
If you go on the main street and it's like right past the train station, that's where it's roughly at. It's like before like Foreplay Moonshine and like the car wash. It's like in that little like strip mall area. He has a nice, big, clean, well lit comic book shop. He really deals with like Magic the Gathering cards for the most part, but he does have some decent. He has a decent array of like DC, Marvel, Image
Isn't it?
comic books, and like trade paperbacks, statues, Funko Pops, Dwarves, that kind of stuff. But he's a really good guy. He's really as passionate. If you wanted to break something to him that you get your interest or get his interest, he'll be like, oh, I'll take a look into that, and then he'll dive in. So he's a really good guy. I deal with him quite a bit, talked about Berserk a lot. Good stuff, by the way. But yeah, that's who I would plug, Alchemist Cove
Cool.
and Games.
I got one plug. I actually just got my shirts in. I ordered them a while ago, but they got really busy over the holidays. They're from what I'm gathering, they're a smaller company that they do a good job. What they do is they take artists who make shirts and they kind of help them promote their shirts and put them out there and help them get some sales on their stuff. So I actually am wearing one tonight. I don't know who the artist is. I'll find that out for you. But this is the Godfather Crypt Keeper shirt, and it's found on shirtpunch.com. And we also have another shirt here that it's a 2XL. So if anyone's interested, it's a Control Freak shirt. I don't know if you'll see it very well here. Not at all. All right. So with the shirt, it says Control Freak, and it has literally every controller
You can
from
think of.
that you can think of. So it goes from the Wii to the PlayStation original to PlayStation 4 to Atari to Super Nintendo,
and that's
GameCube,
Master
Dreamcast.
System.
Yep, Xbox is on here. So it's a T-shirt, pretty much every game controller on it. It's a 2XL shirt. So we're gonna do a giveaway. So if you are you're local, if not, we'll find a way for you. Like, share, and comment on this video, and you'll be in the running, or might be the only one, and we'll get you a T-shirt. But
It's a pretty good shirt, guys.
yeah, it's like I said, check out shirtpunch.com. I'll have their description in the comments as well, and check them out. They do a lot of cool stuff. Nikolai turned me on to them.
Thank you.
I actually got a cool sticker. I don't know if you see it on the laptop. We're like slowly building a sticker collection on there, but it says insert coin, so I got a cool little sticker as well from them. and they actually just gave me a gift card for wine because I guess my order took a while. So they threw a cool thing out, and they have this thing as well too, where if you buy a shirt, the shirts sometimes they're pricey, but what you do is every day they do for 24 hours they do a special shirt that's only $10.
They do 4 shirts a day.
4 shirts a day, $10 shirts.
Yes.
And some of the shirts are cool, so you always want to check back with them because that shirt you're maybe interested in might only be $10, but after that the price goes up. So kind of makes it a little more exclusive. And sometimes they don't even keep shirts very long. I think what happened with mine is this one was supposed to be discontinued, and they left it on the site, so they had to go and make me one. So that's what took really long. And then I got another shirt. If you want to grab it quick, the green one. So what happens is when you order shirts, they say, "Do you want a mystery shirt?" So they might have some shirts out that are, that they couldn't get rid of. I'm not sure the whole deal is, but you pay an extra $5 and you get a random shirt in the mail. And like I said, their shirts are all good material. So what's the show again?
It's My Neighbor Totoro.
Whatever that is, I got one of their shirts. So I got this cool cat shirt. It's a bunch of fat cats. I'll probably keep it just because the fat cats. I think it's funny. But yeah, so check them out. Shirt Punch. We have some other shirts coming in soon too. Sorry, Nikolai's glasses. But yeah, so a lot of times I like my weird shirts. I dress like I'm 12 still. I normally don't have a blank shirt. I always have something on it. So, every episode I have something cool on. A lot of people ask me, where'd you get your shirt? I'm going to start doing that as well. I'll start plugging those places for the shirts. Anything you want to throw out there? Plug?
I guess it's a plug, maybe. But it's also in the t-shirt line of things.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Fright Rags, for releasing a shirt for Pet Sematary that features just Zelda. I did pick him up one of the shirts, and I actually gave it to him this weekend, and he absolutely loved it. He was like, "This is me," and then he was like, "Well, it was me," but he's so excited that he's on this shirt.
We actually ordered them as well.
I think my order was like 5 of that shirt and 3 of the other version that had him on it. So I was really happy that you guys.
Yeah, Fright Rags makes really, really cool horror movie shirts. Cool thing about them as well is we got the shirts. We got
a sticker.
I can't see it on there now, but it's a really cool Halloween sticker. My wife was actually very pissed that I put it on my laptop because you're never going to always keep that laptop, and that's a cool sticker. And then you get a card. So they give you if you're into horror movies,
they're the people.
They're definitely where to go for that. Another cool thing too. I don't think it's around here. I might have taken it upstairs. I just subscribed to Loot Crate. Not Loot Crate, but it's called Fright Crate. It's Loot Crate, but it's a different crate. It comes every month, so mine should be coming soon. Hopefully, I have to check it out. But it's a crate with all random horror movie stuff. So my December one was a cookie plate and cookie punchers for Krampus.
That's awesome.
The T-shirt was I forget now. I forget what the shirt was. It came with a lot of cool stuff. I'll have to pull it up. But what I'm going to start doing too when that comes in, I'm going to quick set a camera up or the webcam, and we'll do like an unboxing video. We'll do like the Fright Crate unboxing. So take a look for that. So people who are normally here from Facebook, probably not a lot of live viewers that we got normally. We get a lot more live viewers on the Facebook, but I think we're going to keep doing it this route on the YouTube. So this is where our new home is for the live shows. So stay tuned, like and subscribe us here on this channel, and we'll keep stuff going, and we'll stay tuned for some good interviews coming up, and we'll see you very soon. Next Thursday, we're doing the MMA channel, Mixed Martial Arts channel, 10-8 round, and we're going to be talking about the last UFC pay-per-view and some stuff coming up there. So stay tuned. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys soon.
See you later.
See ya.